Oh yeah. Probably that's all right.
He's broken the set.
Oh no, I got excited.
You did a bit.
Did you not hear?
Start the podcast, I guess.
Yeah, should we fire off?
So we've spoken about Toka and the supports and some great racing this year. Let's talk about Club Motorsport. We spoke a bit about TCR. That's kind of club racing, high level club racing. But
the higher echelons of club racing.
Welcome back, by the way, everyone. This is Scott Evans and Rob Lewis here, and
We've swapped sides.
yes, we have for this episode, which could be a two-parter with the way we were waffle on. But
That's all right.
yeah,
Yeah, we should do this on a Wednesday. The Wednesday waffle.
Wednesday waffle.
The Wednesday
I like
waffle. Yeah, they'll take over Wheel Wednesday.
I like it. What's caught your eye this year?
I think there's been some good race. I've enjoyed the C1s. I always enjoy watching the C1s. Always.
Biased.
I am biased, yes. I am 100% biased. I think it's a good series.
Yep.
Run very well. Cars are good. I thought your little idea that you put forward, because you're quite involved with that, aren't you?
Oh, what, the Pro and the Am?
And apparently I thought it was a brilliant idea.
It's been, not blowing my own trumpet, but it's been received really well, and it's now getting people back into the series that weren't there, that haven't been there for a while.
No, because this is something we've discussed before, isn't it? Where we've said, you've got people that are coming in, and this is no bad thing on the C1s, but it's the same sort of teams that were winning all the time, because they've nailed that car. The drivers that are in there have nailed it. Now, it's a good feeder series, starter series, so where I got into circuit racing. So when you go out and you think you're doing well and you'll have a good event now and then, but then you still get knocked back, it knocks your confidence, and you get people, especially when you're trying to get drivers being enthused by it, that race not very often, or do it as a bit of fun as a hobby, that aren't massive motorsport heads like you and me. They lose interest, and then it's harder to fill the grids and stuff like that. So that
gets
was
difficult.
I mean, you put that idea to me. I said it was a great idea. I put that forward to a couple of people and said, "What do you think of this?" And it was well received again. And then it's gone on to prove that.
And I get with a lot of one. Robin was a bit reticent at first over the years, but he's really warmed to it, and he's really pleased with how it's gone.
It's gone really well.
Thing is, the one thing I've noticed this year, we're going to talk about series, but we've also got to talk about the challenges that everyone's faced this year. Grids are down everywhere.
I know one that's not.
Go on.
Compared to last year.
Go on.
You look at this behind you.
Oh, the Boxster Cup that you've been involved with.
Yep.
Why? What's been the
increase of the grid? I think the racing's improved.
Okay.
A lot. When I raced, when the car wasn't broken, we were entertaining. One make series, Porsche,
and it's got that sort of Porsche vibe.
Yeah, and the club do a lot to push it on their motorsport, obviously, some low end stuff. But so the grids have improved. I know, sort of 2022, there was low grids. 2023 was. Again, low grids, but started to build. That's throughout the three, 1, 2, and 3. And then 24, I think we were averaging like 18 cars on the grid.
Okay.
Where it peaked a little bit. Whereas this year, there was only 35 drivers registered to race. And I think we averaged 23, 24 cars on the grid every round.
Okay. So not too bad then for something that he's still got the prestige. He's still carrying a Porsche.
Old, don't be wrong, they're old cars.
Yeah,
but they are the cars that say Porsche. They're fantastic base,
and it comes with that. Porsche 100%. Will always come with that.
100%. So I know that I thought we've had a good season.
Okay,
we've got told off every round.
Well, for just how close the racing was.
Yeah, it was like when you being naughty at school. Every time you go in the morning, get told off like an assembly. Yeah. Do better, be better.
Yeah.
Yes, miss.
Yeah. Be more Boxster.
Yeah. And then you go out and you get the kids who wouldn't listen.
Oh, you wouldn't.
And you wouldn't get this. Yeah, there's just no detention. It's just you come in. I swear, if Mandy had had a cane, would have had it across the back of our knuckles a few times this year. But I think we've been fairly entertaining, and the grids have been good. I've watched a lot of it back, as well as obviously being involved. So I am biased with that one. So a little bit of the C1s as well.
100%.
I've watched a little bit of the City Car Cup as well, because that's always entertaining. Always entertaining.
Okay, for the right reasons or not for the right reasons?
Most of the time, not for the right reasons, but
Yeah. It's. I think the one thing I've noticed.
They are tiny touring cars.
Not quite.
That's the way they're treated. Tiny touring cars of the Super Touring era, where they battered the rubbish out of each other.
It certainly looked that way at times. Personally, I think driving standards are down everywhere.
I agree with you on that one.
And there's been a lot of times where I've been at circuit and there's been accidents that have basically ended up with a driver being cut out.
Yeah.
4 times I've been at a circuit this year, whether I've been commentating or I've been driving.
Yeah.
Where they've had a big stoppage out on circuit because someone's getting cut out of a car or extricated. That's not good.
You don't want that. We do this as a hobby and a bit of fun. We all try and make a business out of it, because that's what you try and do. And there are people within the club racing that do well out of it. And they're not going to be filthy rich off it, but they do well, and they do it. We all do it because we love motorsport.
100%.
So, and we've all got jobs to go back to.
And we all do it on a budget.
100%. So when you can't go to work on a Monday morning,
Because you're knackered. Yeah.
what good is that?
Yeah, and you're hearing, there's been a few on live streams this year where there's been massive accidents.
And they've had to cut the stream.
They've had to cut the stream, and drivers are being in hospital until the Wednesday afterwards, and it's like, so they've missed out on 2-3 days of work. That's no good for anyone.
No, we all do it for fun. You want to go racing on a Sunday, leave, go to work on a Monday. Well, we don't want to go to work on a Monday. I like going to work on a Monday. But
well, yeah, look at what you're working on.
Yeah, that's the difference. But for the most part, we all do this because we love doing it, and we want to do it. So then when you see people getting hurt, that's not what you want to be doing it for. So I do get it. Then driving standards, from some of the stuff I've seen, even in the stuff I've raced, driving standards, some of them have been questionable. Very, very questionable. Now,
well, I've kind of noticed it since COVID. COVID to me was a bit of a turning point.
So do you think that has any correlation to sim racing? Because we did a lot of sim racing
potentially,
in COVID. And as we know, the repercussions on a sim is reset. Yeah,
well,
you get annoyed.
You literally just go in and this is what you hear. Click. That's it.
Yep. And you can get the people that rage quit, and you can turn the guy around and there's no consequence. Oh, okay, you might get the repercussions. Don't get me wrong, I did the sim racing. DM. Yeah, I got banned and things. I was an idiot for some of my sim racing stuff. Sorry, Ollie, you know why. But I wouldn't dream of doing that in a real car.
No.
It's different. But I think I personally think it correlates, because we did a lot of sim racing in COVID because we had nothing else to do.
And I think a lot of it as well is the youngsters that are coming up and through and going into sim racing.
Starting in sim.
Yeah.
They haven't had... There's drivers out there that I've raced against this year and that I can see coming through, and you see the way they race. These kids have never had a big accident.
And it shows.
And also, I mean, I'm old enough to know I've got to fix the car myself. I've got to pay for the car myself, as a lot of other people do. Some of these, they don't have to fix the car themselves, because they don't know how to, but they're smart enough or lucky enough, fortunate enough to have parents or sponsors or whatever. They're going to pay for the car to be fixed, and they don't have to touch it. It's like, get out of the car, walk away. Doesn't matter. Some of us, that consequence, so that's in the back of your head. I've got a family. I've got them to think of as well as.
Yeah.
So
last year at Alton Park, I stuck it down the inside of Mike Manning's RS500, I think, at Alton in the wet, locked up the brakes and just tagged the back. And I felt mortified.
Yeah.
Until Cascades, where he threw it off himself.
That wasn't your fault.
It wasn't my fault.
But you do feel bad when you cause damage to other people's cars.
But I knew he threw it off 2 corners down. I still went and apologised to him afterwards because I had no right hitting him.
Yeah.
The corner was his. He turned in and claimed his corner,
Yeah.
and we made contact. I shouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
I got a bit too overzealous on a safety car restart in the wet.
Yeah, I mean, I've had similar things where you've had drivers turning in on you, and you get it. Is it the Max Verstappen thing? Whereas, okay, I'm turning in. We're going to have an accident. If we do, it's your fault, because there are some that do it, and I've had a couple where I've got a little bit more experience, where you can see what's going to happen, and they have almost caused a big monumental accident, and because, I don't want to get involved in that. So I think the sim racing thing and since COVID is another one.
Yeah, which is 5
But
years.
these kids are fearless as well.
A lot of them are, yeah.
Fearless. But is it because there's no real serious repercussions? I know some of the stuff that I've seen.
There's no such thing as cars being too safe, but I think the cars being safe play a factor in it because they don't feel the repercussions of a serious accident. Do you know what it kind of reminds me of? Can you remember a few years ago, we're going back to touring cars now, can you remember Matt Neal reacting to Jake Hill? He got turned at
Owen
Alton.
Park. Yeah.
And he went and found him.
Oh, yeah, he was not happy.
And then he gave the reasons why. And he
was validated.
And he sat there and he just went, people like Jake, and this was back when Jake was a rookie, so Jake wouldn't do the same thing now.
No.
But it was a mistake anyway, and he knows it. And a lot of the modern fans kind of castigated Matt Neal. When me and yourself and a few other people I know kind of sat there and went, he's 100% right. And he made the point of people that are Jake's age won't remember Keith O'Dore.
No.
They won't remember the accidents that happened in national and club racing in the early to mid 90s.
Yep, that ended their racing careers, but also it heavily impacted them lives.
Yeah, and kill people.
Yeah,
and I think the last racing fatality we've had in car circuit racing, probably Angie in the C1s.
Yeah,
and that was horrific.
Yeah,
if the story of that, I'm not going to replay that story here. If you are listening to this, the episode on Robin Welsh, he goes in through it, and the impact is still felt by him to this day.
100%. And other people as well in that paddock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just before I joined, and that was a big...
Huge. And that was just a catalogue of events. It wasn't even bad driving. It was a very unfortunate positioning of belts and a circumstance, and that was it.
Yep. So...
People don't... Yeah.
I think that's... Unless they live it, I don't know if they're numb to it. Maybe because you kind of there's things like that you see every day.
Yeah,
are they just numb to it? I don't know. I don't know. There's things that I've seen cars do, young and old. I'll give you that, young and old. Not just blaming the young drivers at all. That you think twice. Just think twice. And the drivers I've raced with this year, there's been moves, and I'm hoping to have him on the pod, to be honest, and I can talk to him about it.
Give him shit.
He's all right. He's matured a lot this year, and he learnt a lot of lessons. And I don't know whether that was because of who he was racing with, whether people had words with him. I don't know, but I'd like to find out what changed his outlook and perception.
Okay. Could be who he's getting mentored by.
It could very well be. You don't know until you. That's the thing. You don't know the driver next to you. But I've always been of the opinion you're racing against it. We all turn up. Mm-hmm. We all want to do well. Mm-hmm. We're all competitive. You can say you're not. You put the helmet on. The red mist descends.
100% you're competitive.
You turn into a different person. I do. Yes.
I turn into a ratty arsehole.
I turn into an arsehole. My missus hates me at a race weekend. I get short. I don't mean to do it, but I think I'm better than I used to be. But you do need to get in a certain headspace in order to be competitive. If you don't, you're lying to yourself, in my opinion. If you look at the really good drivers, or not even the really good drivers, I think if you're everybody's friend and you're happy-go-lucky and you go out and race, you're not going to be as quick as you could be. You need to have a little bit of... Alan, I listened to a podcast recently about it. They said Alan Manu needs someone to not like. Yeah. A bit like Ibrahimovic with the football. He needed someone. He needed to go to war with someone in order to get the best out of him.
I think a lot of top level drivers need that needle.
Yeah, I think even lower end drivers need it. I think we all have it in some part of us.
Yeah.
To do it.
I'm probably a little bit different in where I am. So obviously racing modified Fords, where I'm involved on the committee as well. I kind of need to, and with my media, I have to be careful with the media stuff as well because I do live streaming.
Does that come into your head?
A little bit.
When you're in the car? Because
little bit.
You do think, even though you're racing, everything's happening really, really quickly. You're travelling quickly.
Yeah.
Your mind, I find, is accelerating.
Yes.
So it all becomes
you have the
relative.
quick reactions, but I'm already thinking of a move 2 corners ahead.
Yeah, but not just about a move. I had it at the weekend. Someone said something to me at Snetterton in the last round of the Box to Cup.
Yeah.
They made a comment about my driving and some of the things I did. It was Johnny, Mr. Lovell.
Yeah.
And Johnny's Box to Cup champion 2023.
Yeah.
He's no slouch. And he came along to watch, which is really nice. He didn't have to be there. He came along to watch at Snetterton, and he stood with my parents and whatnot in the middle of the track. And he commented afterwards, because I did all right, and he said, "You really impressed me because you were decisive. You made the moves. You were instant. There was no messing around. You didn't have to. You looked like you weren't thinking.
Got the job done."
But the difference is I was thinking, and I had it at this weekend when I raced at Brands in the MSVR quarters. Second race, come down through paddock, and I was behind another Boxster. There was half a gap on the inside. Now, in my head, while I was making the move, I was thinking about what was said to me at Snetterton. But I'd planned the move. But I'm thinking about what that. I'm not. It's kind of automatic, and you're thinking about that.
Yeah.
So we can all think. So when you say you're on the committee and you're doing the pod, do you have that in your head where you think while you're doing it, I've got to hold back now because it's the repercussions? But this thing is happening at a stupid amount of time.
A little bit. It's also, but then I had it this first round at Snet, rolled out with a car that was painted by your fine self in a lovely white scheme. We didn't quite get the wrap on it in time because I was just too busy putting everything else together on it.
There was a lot of work to be done on that.
A lot of work to be done on my car with the rock cut out of it. And I went to Snet and race 1. I was on the outside going into just before Murray's long right hander. I can't remember the name.
Coram.
Through the bomb hole, through Coram. And I was on the outside. And Steph, who was on the inside, and Focus, who I used to be a part of Club Racing UK. I used to work with at Club Racing UK. And I didn't think he gave me enough room. I hit the marbles and just went flying off.
Yeah.
And I chose in that moment, in the heat of the moment, I wanted to rip his head off because I thought, you forced me off the track.
Yeah. I remember having a conversation with you after that.
But in my mind, I'm also like, first of all, he probably wouldn't have done it deliberately, or at least I hope he wouldn't have done. Second of all, you're a committee member for the series. It's not very good if you go around doing what you're doing. And number 3, you're also a broadcaster who at times, we all have bad days, but I've sat there at times and I've lambasted driving standards and you can't talk your own impeccable standards and then go and do something stupid in the paddock. And the whole race of respect thing is very, very much prevalent.
It is very much. And I mean, you go on about I think that comes with an age thing, that you're thinking about those things. I mean, it'd be kind of good to speak to some younger drivers about what they think about when they go on circuit, because you probably a bit like me. We started on the circuit stuff older. I know when I was younger and I did oval stuff.
Well, I never got a chance to do anything like ovals or kart because my parents weren't interested.
No, that's fair.
I always wanted to do motorsport, but my parents, like my dad, probably wanted me to go in the RAF and stuff like that. So I started circuit racing by building a car on my sister's drive 10 years ago.
And you still got the car?
Still got the car.
Yeah.
You came from a short ovals background.
Yeah, I mean, I
racing.
I got to race at 12. My parents, it's mainly my granddad, he raced since the late 60s, early 70s. Kind of, it was always, I think it was inevitable.
Yeah.
But racing 12, 30, I did stupid stuff.
Yep.
My dad would absolutely chastise me. He will still tell me now I was stupid, immature, I caused too much damage, I put my nose where it didn't belong, I made stupid decisions.
But you probably, so that was your school of hard knocks.
Yeah.
Whereas I think a lot of kids nowadays, they're doing their school of hard knocks, not necessarily in junior racing, in a bit of sim racing, and they're now doing their school of hard knocks in club racing, where you're seeing the big accidents, you're seeing the big damage, you're seeing...
We're having that correlation now between... You've got us that are the older driver, I would call us.
Well, we're mid-30s, so...
Not massively old. Just older driver. You've got kids coming in that are 16 years old and racing those.
We're like a Sainsbury's Taste of Difference.
Yeah, I could put that,
Yeah,
Taste of Difference.
Bit Taste of Difference. We've got a bit of age to us. We're mature, yes.
That's the one. Mature. Yeah. I'll take
that. Whereas they're the yellow sticker special.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a bit rude.
It is a bit rude, actually.
These guys,
You know what I mean? They haven't had the chance to do their learning yet.
Yeah.
Unless they're doing it in a junior formula like your JSCC, Fiestas.
I agree.
If you've really got
I
some
agree.
money, Ginettas. But then if you're racing in Ginettas, you ain't going club
You
racing.
ain't going club racing. Not at all. But there's some phenomenally quick drivers that are coming through that don't have the budget and don't go. But they've chosen to go this. So it'd be kind of nice to have that young driver come on as well, because I'd be really interested to see how they approach a race weekend and what they think about when they're in the car. Is it the same thought process that we have? What are the things that get under to make them do what they do? And these kids are fearless.
Because even in the club level, there's people trying, like Bertie and Max Watt in your championship this year. They're using Club Motorsport to make their way up the ladder in a different way.
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's really, really impressive to what they're doing.
It's very impressive what they're doing. Have they got the same mentality that someone that's got the budget to go to a Ginetta, to a Porsche Cayman straight away and then make
Probably
their way
not.
up?
Probably not. I mean, it's just there's pathways for everybody, and we all aspire, I think, even at our age. I mean, we know drivers that have started in their late 40s, early 50s.
Yeah.
We all aspire to go and do the same thing.
100%.
We haven't always got the budget to all go. Not all of us can afford to go and race Ginettas. That's a well proven. That is the path that you would go if you want to go and do certain things. Let's use Max as an example. He's come in this year. He's done junior rallycross and been really, really quick in junior rallycross.
Max Watt, yeah.
Yeah, Max Watt.
Yeah.
And he's come into the Boxsters this year, had a tough start, doubled down,
Yep.
and in my opinion has driven impeccably the whole year and made us look silly.
Yeah.
And it wasn't for the lack of us not trying, I can assure you of that one.
You were certainly trying at Snet.
Yeah, and he's gone in, and then he's going to go and do something much, much bigger next year.
Okay.
Whereas, like, Bertie came in, 2 wins straight off the bat, absolutely decimated the whole field in his first race. He's like, what? But then what he did essentially is, especially with me, I looked at him and went, you're not having it your own way.
So it ignited the fire in you.
100%. And then, I'm going to race you hard. I'm not going to know what give and no. I hope that kind of learned. But he's also another one that's going to be good and fast and quick. And he's on that upwards trajectory. So for them to come in but they've come in and raced older heads, maybe less experienced. Because these kids, I mean, they can even kart, they can go on sims. They're coming in and they're doing that. That's what's intriguing me slightly in terms of the UK motorsport. We've got the club's racing has got its place, and we are now going to start to see these young 16-year-olds coming in against guys that have raced for 10, 15, 20 years. And they don't care.
Yeah.
They absolutely don't care.
So there's a potential it could get worse.
It could get worse before it gets better, in my opinion.
Okay.
And it's not that it's got worse. It's just I think it kind of, maybe it's stagnated slightly.
Maybe.
Then you're now going to get this era or generation of kids coming through that are just unreal fast. And sim racing is a damn good thing to learn on.
Or they're coming from club karting, which is still just as competitive.
Massively competitive.
Because even the club karting nowadays is being live streamed and people are getting their chance. And
yeah. And it's good. It's good because that's the drivers are getting picked up early, and the live streaming is a good thing. Everyone's interested. I mean, I love when we get live stream because even though you're there and you've done the race, I love going back and watching.
you just go and look back.
You pick things up, don't you?
Yeah.
That you know what? I didn't see that at the time.
Well, I do the same on my onboard. So when I sit down and edit my own vlogs, and I just pick apart my driving.
Yeah.
But it's good because it's the only way you learn.
And these kids, that's the other thing they're getting with these kids coming through club racing.
They've never had it so good with the feedback.
Exactly that. And you can pick up an older V-Box now and still do that. I mean, anything like the camera systems are expensive, but you want to have that where you can review your footage. And these kids, they know how to use a PC. They just look and look and look and look and look. And there's so much available to them.
Yep.
That club racing, the level I think of club racing is going to go up, the level of talent.
Let's see. I think the talent's still going to be there, but It's a delicate subject because obviously we've spoken about what's happened in racing this year, and I think so we're like nearly 25 minutes in, and we've spoken about driving standards, and it has been an issue for the past few years across all clubs.
It's not.
This isn't just segregated. This isn't
exclusive.
just segregated into one series, but we have to talk about it as well. And I think clubs need to highlight. Personally, I think I had a chat with Pete Edwards, Motorsport School at Silverstone. And I said to him, I said, what Motorsport UK needs to do, the idea I had, instead of just giving drivers points on their licence and then a ban, and then refer them to, I think the clerk should have the power, if an incident is serious enough that they've caused or they've caused someone to retire, I think they need to change the point system. So if you get to 6 points, you keep your licence, but you are not allowed to race until you have had an hour with an instructor signed off by an ALOT improved instructor.
That's a good idea. The issue is who pays for that.
Driver. But the driver has to go to, because you have to go to an ALOT improved school to get your ALOT licence.
Yeah.
If you get 6 points on your licence, they should say, right, okay, well, we're not removing your licence, but we're not going to let you enter another round. You know, the MSUK should have a database.
The power, they should have the power to be able to do it.
And I think the clerk should go, right, I'm going to give you, they should know what points a driver's on, and they're going to go, right, I'm going to give you 3 points on your licence, because that means you need to go and do at least an hour's coaching with an approved ALOT instructor.
It's definitely a deterrent. The argument that people have, but there is a counter argument to that as well. The argument
Extra cost.
The extra cost and who pays for it. But the other argument to that is don't do it. Don't do anything that can give you the points on your licence.
It's either going to be the extra cost of getting an instructor to do an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours tuition, or someone's half a car written off.
Yeah, I mean, is it the attitude of win at any cost?
Potentially. I think there could be a bit of that.
Win at any cost. I need to do it. I need to prove
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
And I think to be honest, there's another element to it as well. There's obviously cameras everywhere, so you can't get away with what you perhaps normally used to.
Yeah, you can't. I've also been in the camera rooms at Donington Park. It's like a wall of cameras.
It's like a wall of cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
But not only that. So I've obviously, through speaking with other racers, I've known of an instant this year where it was at Cadwell Park, and a driver that I know very well got turned into the wall. Damaged the car, but he still carried on with the race. But because he gave the driver the finger, that was deemed as that was just as bad as him turning you. Yes. And I thought, on what planet is that plausible?
No, it's not.
Because of this whole, I think race with respect is being used poorly.
It's not.
That's just
it's
my
not
opinion.
being used for what it was intended for. It's being abused slightly.
Yeah. So it could be if you have a couple of crosswords with someone. I mean, to me, if you have, I'm probably hypocrite because I had to sit in my car for about 10, 15 minutes beginning of the year. That was me choosing to do that and just taking a deep breath.
Not everyone's like that.
Not everyone's like that. But if you go and have a square off with someone in a paddock and you have your 15 minutes and blow off some steam, but then you both shake hands at the end, to me, that's okay.
I had that on Saturday. I can't remember who it was that I was with at the 911 in the MSVR All-Comers.
Yes.
A similar thing. I felt that he...
Well, actually, that's quite a nice story to tell. So should we take a break and then come back to that?
Yeah, let's do that.
I just want to take a moment to thank Scott and Sandown Motorsport for their sponsorship of this podcast and providing a wonderful backdrop. Now, if you have a prestige vehicle, if you want a Boxster Cup car built, anything exotic, supercar, racing, restoration, they've got Mark II Transits that they've restored, they've got Rolls-Royce Phantoms, any sort of Rolls-Royce, Bentley, Ferraris, anything prestige or motorsport, you need to head on to Sandown Motorsport for bodywork, mechanical, anything you need. Come down and see these guys in Camberley. Yeah, so we spoke about driving standards.
Yeah, driving standards. And we were on about the blowing off some steam. Sometimes it's needed. And
I think sometimes it's needed. I think the race with respect thing is needed. It is 100% needed. But you can't... Someone giving off the finger in a race car... To me, that's just part of the sport. I mean, we all celebrate when it comes up on telly when John Cleland goes,
"He's going for first!"
There we go, and everyone laughs about that. But if you then put it on the TV and then you do, you put points on a licence or you forgo someone being put in a wall because they got sworn at. That's not.
That's different. You do need to vent off some steam, and you can do it without. It depends. I suppose it depends on who you are and if you think about these things. I mean, I had one that sat there, and I vented my frustration.
That's it. So we need to come that. So it was the MSV all comers.
MSVR all comers. It was race 2, and I think it was Peter Chalice in his very, very, very nice 911. Cup
And
car.
he's raced. I mean, he used to race the Nissan Super Tourer. I remember when he sponsored the Euro saloons back in the day.
Yeah, so I don't think he was having the best weekends, and the conditions were horrible.
Oh yeah, they were bad by race 2.
But I clocked him coming through, and then he ran wide out Druids. So it was for position. So I went up the inside, and I'm on nice wets, and as you come down to Graham Hill Bend, then it kinks off. I'd given him the corner. There's no point, like, he's on the inside and he's on worse tyres, so you just give the space, and then I just got pushed off into the grass, which wasn't fun. And
I can imagine, yeah.
So I got out the car and I was pent up, but I went and spoke to him.
Okay.
I didn't raise my voice. I vented my frustration at him.
But how did that go then? So you
I went and found him, and he didn't honestly know what he'd done.
Okay.
So I explained, but I didn't do it in a way that I didn't swear at once, which is very unlike me. If you know me, I don't.
Good point. Yeah.
Yeah. But he understood and he apologised, and look, we're both here. Your car is absolutely beautiful. My car's quite nice. I'd like to keep it that way. You're an experienced driver, a racer.
Very experienced.
I don't think you'd have done it on purpose, but I'm just letting you know, from my point of view,
that was not on. Yeah. Firm but fair.
Yeah, and we left it and we shook hands, and that was that. He was fine. I was fine. I think he was fine. I hope he was fine. There was no malice in it. It was just I needed to blow off some steam, and otherwise I'd have brooded over that for
weeks.
Yeah,
I know what you like.
Yeah, so I agree with you. Sometimes you need to, but it's in the manner and the way that you do it. But it's also got to be received in the right way. You can't have if someone comes over to you, and I understand effing and blinding, and if you do it back, it's only going to escalate.
Oh, it's only going to escalate.
So, yeah, there's two types. I understand. For the most part, I think people get really, really angry and then explode. And then this is what I would have done, say, 2-3 years ago. I would have done the exact same thing where I've exploded and then.
I mean, to be fair, 10 years ago when I raced pre-05s, I did it. Someone pushed me on Hanger Straight, and then further up the road, they pushed someone else, like straight bit of road, and they were weaving and pushing them across nearly onto the grass.
Yeah. I think sometimes,
in part Ferme, I literally ripped the door open, said what I needed to say, walked off, and the scrutineer didn't look very happy with me.
So, yeah. So the race respect just needs to be used.
Needs to be tweaked, or rather,
interpret it slightly better. Sometimes you just need it. Everyone gets angry. Your adrenaline's up in a race car. But you need. I do get it.
Yeah,
it is right up. So. Yeah,
if someone's retaliating on track to being turned, that's when you deal with it.
That's what the race with respect should be.
And it should be that if someone is deliberately being abusive to another driver in the paddock, or it's a very one-sided thing.
Yeah.
But if two decide to have a bit of afters and they don't want to press on with it, fair enough.
Yeah, I treat it like rugby is a perfect.
Use it as a guideline, not as a weapon.
Sometimes it feels like a personal vendetta against some people. Certain people using it. Yeah. So I don't want to touch on that because it'll be. But that's my opinion on that. It shouldn't be abused the way it's being abused at the moment. That I've seen anyway.
Fair enough. That's a good point.
So what else? What has caught your eye in the club racing this year? You watch a lot more club racing than I do.
I think everyone's feeling the pinch of the costs.
Yeah.
We spoke about grids. I'm concerned.
I am.
We've both had our envelopes through the door this week from our Lords and Saviours Motorsport UK, and there's another increase in licence costs.
Yep, it was a bigger increase than I was expecting.
And I kind of want to know where that money's actually going.
I was exactly the same.
And
we're paying more, but we seem. What's the benefits? What's the extra?
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest, it's only 30 quid.
And they're at Bicester, and they're doing all this marketing, and they're doing all this extra stuff. And some of the marketing they've been doing, they're starting to advertise commercially, which I'm very
The marketing's been way off the mark when they talk about club racing with £250,000 RVs.
Yeah, it's not good.
That's not club racing.
No, it's not. And I think they need to look at their demographic. They need to look at a majority of their license holders.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And I also think you shouldn't be doing commercial deals as a governing body.
No.
Your job is to govern.
That's it.
Govern the sport.
Yes. I understand there's running costs, but we all pay our licence fees. Don't turn into the BBC.
Yeah. But at the same time as well, we all have our licence fees. Don't turn against us when we have something to say, because at the end of the day, we pay our licence fee. We have a right to say.
Yeah, for the right to say. That's kind of what we do it because you want to race, but we have an opinion, and sometimes those opinions, granted, aren't that good, but sometimes actually there's good ideas in that.
Yeah, so it's either we're a member or we're a customer.
Yeah.
Either way, we have a right to say what we feel
exactly that.
On how the sport can be improved.
Otherwise, someone else will listen and it'll go another way.
I mean, my personal opinion, loads of people are probably going to turn around and go, oh, you're completely off. But look at what happened in Australia. You now have Motorsport Australia and the AASA. So they basically went, Motorsport Australia aren't looking after grassroots racing. We've had enough. We don't need Motorsport Australia just to go and race grassroots racing. We don't need the FIA affiliation. And they went and all formed their own body, and they do Honda XL Racing, TA2.
It'll pick up, especially if it's cheap enough and it looks after its members.
Yeah, so if they're not careful, there could be a breakaway forming.
Yeah, because that's all essentially as we want. We just want to be looked after by the governing body that's there to govern us.
Yeah,
essentially, or look after us.
Issue the permit, sign off on the regs.
Yeah.
Make sure it's being policed properly.
100%.
We'll come to the policing because I think you've got some gripes on that. But as for the racing, I think some championships have been great championships fights this year. Civic Cup was quite good. I was quite impressed with Civic Cup. They've moved to Bark. Some things they made some changes, moved from BRCC to Bark. Racing's been quite good. TCR's been okay.
Yeah,
I sort of count that as high level club racing. 750 Motor Club always put on a good package with what they've got. I'm really impressed with the Swift Sports.
Okay.
And I've been involved a bit in the DS3s this year on the BRCC side.
With Silver Lake stuff.
And to be fair, if the future is doing more towards that sort of thing, the future's bright.
Yeah.
You need that low-cost one-make racing to bring people into the sport.
You do, definitely.
For the people, because, so if there's a kid that's going karting whose dad's working class and mum's working class, dual income, they want to be able to get him to progress from a kart to go racing. Something like a Swift Sport or a DS3 is a way to get their lad in a race car.
100%.
One make that's competitive, and we'll have the odd bit of live streaming.
Yeah.
I think. Or your city car cups, or your, 750 do like classic stock hatch and
they do.
Like that.
And the Burkitt was a brilliant event.
You like that, didn't you?
I really
you
did.
Said to me about it. I still don't understand the rules, but
I have no idea. I think that's half the fun.
Yeah, it's like
if you go there not intending that you're going to win, I think you'd have a better weekend.
I think you just go into it sort of understanding that A plus B equals X, Y, Z, and you just go racing and see what happens at the end.
Yeah. But I really enjoyed watching that. I was at home doing some DIY. That was on. I really enjoyed it. I was keeping an eye because I do follow the Calm series, obviously, affiliation, but the Calm series is a really good series to follow. And they do it for a good cause.
Yeah. The Calm charity being the affiliate and part of the name.
I do follow those. I thought the Burkitt was brilliant, and those guys went over to Spa as well as part of their
had a Spa
series.
weekend.
Yeah, well, it literally was. There was lots of showers, very wet, but it looked epic. So, 750 Motor Club, I think, do a good job with the stuff they've got going on. So I agree with you completely on that.
Yeah,
I did catch a little. When you said about Premier sort of club racing, that's GT Cup.
So obviously you follow that around a bit, don't you? With them,
they're on the same
predominantly
package as us sometimes, and there's some good racing, and that was not so good racing as well.
Yeah, I find with GT Cup it just depends who turns up.
Yeah,
it's a bit like Britcar as well with Bark. It's just who's got the budget, who turns up.
Yeah.
And I think as soon as you get something like a blue chip or a cost of living crisis, those are because it happened with Britcar in sort of 2009 when the GFC hit.
Yeah.
And then it happened again 2 years ago. Well, last year was really bad when they had the two separate.
Yeah.
So they've had GFC a number of years ago, and then they had cost of living that came in last year. So it's affected it both twice.
Yeah.
GT Cup, I kind of think is kind of the same. It has picked up a bit.
I think it's going to pick up again next year. It depends on what our governors, governing this, the UK government do, and everything else, I think that's going to affect it.
Yeah,
But
especially with businesses and cash flow and
that's the
taxes
killer.
and
The tax is the big one, because let's be honest, those cars, it's proper driver, that businessmen and drivers. But from what I know, from the people that I know in there, that's picking up for next year, and there's some teams and drivers returning to that series, just for what they liked it. And it's good, and they were more competitive in it. So I didn't mind watching it. Obviously, I was benefited. I got to stand beside the track and actually watch it, so that's always a winner. And then obviously, Mini Miglia is always a good one to watch anyway.
it's just any round they're at.
Yeah,
they seem to kind of bounce between different rounds. They're a bit like the modified Fords, as they're a bit mercenary. So they just kind of pick what they've got. And I tell you what, that's been a pleasure to sort of be out with this year as a modified Fords in my committee role as well, and try and help and give back to the races involved. And
Mod Fords were good this year. You had some discounted rounds as well, didn't you?
Well, we do it strictly non-for-profit. So any penny that's left over goes back in the pot and either makes the racing cheaper, or we put it in behind the bar at the awards do in
which
January.
Is a win-win depending on which side you sit. So you either like teetotal, you get to go racing, or like most of you crazy Ford lot, you love a drink.
Piss up.
And the racing's been good. It's always there is some absolutely stunning cars in your paddock.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, probably one of the low points for me was at 4 Power Live. You'll see it on my vlog, and the beautiful RS200 Wayne Crabtree brought back after a rebuild, and he just couldn't warm his tyres up properly. He spun on the warm-up lap in one race, and then we had a restart. I think it was race 2. We had a restart after that. We had a car go off and had to be towed back, and we did the restart, and he lost it into paddock and got collected. But the car's getting rebuilt, and it's going to be back out. But that's nearly a 200 grand car. He's a proper enthusiast, is Wayne. But getting to you kind of know everyone in the paddock, but you get to know them a bit closer. And when you have the likes of mini challenge champion Tom Ovenden come and race with, and the story behind that RSR and why they race it for their long lost family member, which it's a tragic story, but it's a healing story. And it's quite nice. C1s this year have just been phenomenal. Great racing.
I agree with you.
I think low cost endurance racing, so C1s, KAs, and the 116 trophy have been phenomenal this year.
I agree with you on that one.
And the 24 hours back this year.
24 hours back. I must admit, I really did enjoy it. I was lucky enough to watch that. I wasn't involved this year, but
being involved with that at Silverstone was really, really good. I think I probably could have done a better job on the broadcast, if I'm honest. I didn't do a good enough job. I wasn't polished enough, and I probably didn't do as much in the pit lane showing what we do with the cars, with the tyres and stuff like that. So I'm going to do a bit. If I get the chance, if it's live streamed again this year, I'm going to do it again. British F4s were on that weekend as well.
They were indeed,
Yeah, so that was weird. Kind of Ollie Behrman's dad, because of his brother's racing in F4s, and his dad came into the garage. I was sort of stood in and was like, "Can I nick a bottle of water?" I was like, "Oh, hello, mate." So I walked past. I was like, "Oh, okay." His son races Formula 1.
He's good as well.
He's good. But I can remember, Ollie Behrman's dad, the famous Behrman brothers, they raced BRSCC Porsches 10 years ago when I was a college kid in the paddock. And I can still remember the hog roast that we had at Brands, and we all got drunk, like the whole championship. Back when you could get pissed and the drivers didn't get breathalyzed the next one. It's good. But anyway, I digress.
That's for another day.
The racing this year, the club racing has been good. Contact, especially with the one make stuff, needs to stop. Or stop as much. Hard racing is good, but it needs to.
Do you think that may be down to, because essentially the club racing, so I've been involved where you have drivers coming in that are hiring their seat for like 1, 2, 3 events, especially like C1s when you do 24s and the KAs and things like that. Do you think it's because of these drivers that are maybe a little bit rusty, inexperienced, that are coming in, and that they're the ones that are having some issues?
I think there's a whole heap of stuff, but I also think there needs to be kind of a shake-up of how driving standards are punished. Like I mentioned before, probably not best to go over it again because we're just surmising. But I still think the clerk should have the power to go, right, you need to go to an art school and get signed off for 2 or 3 hours.
Maybe that could be a good way of doing it. Maybe.
I have seen that, yellow flag instances where people are or are flouting yellow flag rules. And this is a positive. So people flouting yellow flag rules, they're being sent home. And I'm like, yep, big tick.
Good.
And I think that's what more clubs need to do. The problem is clubs are scared about, because costs are going up, circuit hires going up. I mean, the clubs are scared about getting the entries in.
Yeah, I bet.
Because of the rising costs.
Yeah.
But that's been the story for the past few years. And they're that scared of getting entries in, they don't want to deter people too much. But I like the way Robin does it with this. Again, I get it. We're talking about C1s, but hear me out. Robin goes by the pretense, if you turn up in his paddock with a car that's dented to fuck, load of damage on it, he'll give you one chance.
Yep.
If you turn up at the next round and the car looks exactly the same, you ain't qualifying.
That's not just the C1 paddock. Well, that's like that a lot in oval motorsport as well. You get one strike for that.
Yeah.
Anything continue. Well, it used to be when I was involved in it. I'm not sure. I know with certain organisations it's the same. You need to turn up with a presentable car. These people are paying their money to come and watch these cars go around the track. One, they need to be safe. But two, they need to be presentable. Because that's the image you want to portray. I get it. It's expensive. But you don't have to paint them. Bit of vinyl wrap, just tidy it up.
Yeah, 100%.
I get it if you're hit into, but if you're a person that's battering your car on purpose, then you've only got yourself to blame.
Yeah, 100%.
But that one strike rule, I like that one strike rule.
Yeah, I like it.
You take a bit of pride in what you're turning up with.
And that's, I think a lot more championships they shouldn't be scared of going to a paddock on a Saturday morning, and as cars turn up scrutineering, if a club official's there and they look at the car and it looks an absolute state, and they're like, what are you racing in? Does
that come down, and we're getting on to the other point now, Scrutineers.
What do you want to talk about, Scott?
Consistency.
You have got really... this has really got to you.
A little bit.
Consistency of scrutineering, by any chance?
Yeah. I've found there's been a lack of it.
It changes from circuit to circuit, I know that much.
It 100% does. And from time of the day or morning when you get scrutineered.
Yeah.
Depending on who's floating around.
And their people skills.
What? Lack of them?
Yes. Because that's the thing with scrutineers. They're paid to be there. They're not the volunteer style that everyone... They're hired for the weekend.
Yeah.
So... You're paid to do a job. Yeah. Do it consistently.
We'll read the rule book. Well, we should do anyway.
We should do.
And the inconsistencies, I don't know, other people might be able to enlighten us by getting in contact with any stories, because it's interesting. I had it this weekend. I've raced my car for 2 years. And the one thing they picked up on Saturday has been in the same place and done the same thing for 2 years.
Okay.
And there was 2 scrutineers. One... It didn't work, but they pulled out the hook.
Okay.
When we had the roof on. So
right.
I checked it in the workshop. It worked fine. Took it there, but so this MSVR 25% rule.
Okay.
3 weeks prior, my car was scrutineered again, and fine. Which is the kill switch broke.
Yeah. I remember that, yes, because we
failed after it was tested.
Yeah, because we
had
worked
to change
on that
it.
And it blew the points on it.
Yep. So that was fun, but then like the rain light in its situation it didn't work, so we got it working. So I went and found the nearest scrutineer because there was a couple of them floating around. The next one turned up, it's working, but the position's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't say anything about the position before.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like the position of it. Can you modify it? It's not okay. You don't like the position of it, but
the other guy,
not even the one other guy, the other however many people have scrutineered that car throughout the last 24 months have been absolutely fine with its just you took a dislike to it, so you won't let the car run. So
and that's the thing, they're there to work to make sure it's safe.
Yeah.
The position of a rain light,
it was visible.
It was very much visible.
It's a high intensity rain light.
Yeah.
So, and the reason I run it in the place I run it is so you could run it in the centre of the rear bumper. Those rain lights aren't cheap.
No. And if you get a nudge,
just over £100 gone. Whereas if you put it inside the car on a bracket and it's
down in the back window.
Yeah. And he said he couldn't see it, and it annoyed me. So then we're rushing around now.
but he couldn't see it, stood up.
Yeah. He said,
You're not stood up in a car.
Yeah. So this it's just the inconsistency within Scrutineer and different things are being picked up. And they're not picked up.
Well, I had it at Snetterton has actually been identified as one of the worst. So this is a conversation that was had amongst competitors in a couple of championships that I've been involved with. And the one thing that was picked up is Snetterton's one of the worst in terms of they're a lot more picky.
Very picky.
Very picky. It's almost as if they're turning up to make sure you don't race at times.
Yeah, and that's not... When you go and do your ARDS test and you speak to anyone that you do get tested within this, we're not here to fail you. We're here to make sure you do things properly. But every time I've gone to Snetterton, there's been something they want done. So every single time with multiple cars.
So early this year, I turn up, and bearing in mind, so they changed the extinguisher regs a few years ago, didn't they? And they hammered it into us in the new. Make sure you fit it as per the manufacturer's instructions.
Yep.
And in my case, I've got a big blue bottle. It's a Lifeline. Can't remember the code name for it. But something like that, the 3000 and Jiminy Cricket. But it basically specifies 2 nozzles in the cabin, which I have, one facing driver, one facing passenger side. Because in my car, I've got a fuse box down in the passenger well, like where the seat would be.
If you're going to get a burnout there, it's already pointing at it.
It's already pointing at it, and effectively you've got a hose pointing at the driver. So if any flame's coming near me, there's extinguishing as another barrier.
Yeah.
Because if it's got that bad, you need to use the extinguisher.
Yeah, 100%.
All holds barred. And then I've got it triangulated, 3 on brackets in the engine bay. I pulled up Scrutineer, and the Scrutineer was like, they're the wrong colour. What do you mean they're the wrong colour? I've got a chart here that says they should be gold and they're blue. And I'm like, that's what's supplied with the kit.
Yeah, as per the manufacturer instructions.
And I was there for half an hour arguing with them. And I said, so you're not going to let me race because I've put something... And I even got the instructions up on my phone. Looked down. I even had it serviced by Lifeline. Had all the right stamps. But they were very much prepared, you're not going to race. And it was only because I knew one of the other Scrutineers that did something away from doing scrutineering and that they kind of were a bit lenient. But I kind of felt like, bloody hell, you're trying so hard.
There's 2 different scrutineers there to then basically you got another scrutineer to override what the other guy wanted. So
almost
that's
it gets to a point, it almost feels personal.
Yeah, it does, because you put so much effort into building the cars. And we do our research when we build the cars.
But I'm a people person as well, so I'm always, whenever I go up to, it's either sir, ma'am, you're polite, 100%. Stuff like that.
I know they get paid.
And they're there to do a job. Yeah.
But it's the consistencies or lack of consistencies is the problem. You could talk to 2 different scrutineers that could be stood next to each other to check it, and 2 people would find 2 different things. Or they interpret the rules in a different way.
Well, we had this...
be there for them to be interpreted.
We had this with one of the other drivers with harnesses.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't C1.
I've had a similar thing with the harness before. And when I
with the extension.
The extension, but also at one point we were told we had to cross them over.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we go, and it was Snetterton. No, you can't have them crossed over. The scrutineer
they wouldn't pass me because it was... I had that with a label.
Clive, who does the scrutineering for the Porsches, he gave me a piece of advice which is stuck in my head, and hopefully it sticks in everyone else's head, is hologram over the heart.
Hologram over the heart.
Yeah. So the hologram on your thing, on the label, should always be over your heart.
Right. So I had that.
Yeah.
Which, for those people, so hologram, left-hand side.
Yeah.
Right? I was then told, no, you need to switch it to the right.
Okay.
Yep. I was told by Scrutineer, switch it to the right.
So you switch it, but it can't be crossed. You have to undo the harness.
Yep. Yeah. So that's half an hour switching it over. Right, okay. Get that done, because I bought a brand new harness set this year. Put it back in, they passed it. Went to the next round. It's on the wrong way. Yeah. What are you doing? I was told to put it like this at Snetterton. Then I might have been... No, it wouldn't have been Cadwell Park. What was the next round? And then I went to raced at Ireland this year.
You did.
And there was an issue with one of our competitors. I don't think he was in a good place anyway, but he fell foul of the Irish scrutineers. Yeah. And he went home. He was that miffed with it. He went home.
So do you think we should go back to... I don't know if they ever did this in circuit racing. I know they did it in the oval racing, which was... when your car is scrutineered, that scrutineer signs that you have a card, so it's sort of like a passport as such. You have a card, date, the event, a bit like when you're signing on for driving, you get your stamps or your signatures. That we get signatures from the scrutineers, an initial as such, or even a stamp. So whoever you can say, okay, you had your car scrutineered at one event, and he told me to do this. Who was the scrutineer? Because then you could make a note of that scrutineer. So then you show him the card. That's there. We're not trying to catch the scrutineers out. We just want consistency within the...
Well, it should help, it's documented.
It's documented. We just want consistency within what we're being told could just, one, save us time and the effort and the argument and the energy. We just want the cars to turn up...
And be safe.
Right, be safe, and go. The shortest amount of time we want to spend at any racetrack is in Scrutineer's Bay.
Exactly, because especially when, if you have a busy summer's race weekend where each grid are bringing potentially 40 cars, there's a lot of cars to get through.
So do you think that would be a good idea to have some sort of accountability and a trace where, okay, who did that? They could make a note, go back to that. And then if there's any notes, they could then cross over the note. So they would have a note with the car, or they have a book and say they had to scrutineer 10 cars. However, you just make a note of the series, the car number, and a note. I instructed the driver, his harness was, or the nozzles were the wrong colour for my nails that day, so I made him change them. But at least then they can go, okay, we'll look into it. But for me, change it, or give me a moment, and it's there. You can do it.
100%.
Or if you have it on the card, the note is made on the card. What was wrong? I mean, we had this on an oval 20 years ago. A, B pass. And then you had, this was the problem, fix for next round. You turn up to the next event with that same problem, you're not racing.
Yeah, 100%. And then it's on you. Yeah. So you haven't done your part.
The onus is on you.
So it works two ways.
It does
Especially
work.
if you've got signature, notes, and that's it.
Yeah. That would be a much fairer way of doing it. And there's transparency between the racer and the scrutineer.
100%.
And it stops this argument and the animosity and the agitation. I know I got agitated. But it makes it fair. It's different from reading the rule book for the regulations of the championship racing, because that's sort of, most of it's clear. And if you break those regulations, then fair enough, it's on you. You haven't got an argument. But if you're doing it from what was the blue book, and things like harnesses, especially anything safety, I get it, which is all they're there to check. But you just want consistency. It's the same with tow hooks being some want them strapped up, some don't care. Like stickers on the bonnet, how big they have to be for your electrification and both kill switches, basically. I think, so that I've fallen foul of that before, because one didn't. Well, no, they're too small. That's what I bought these on a sheet. How can they be too small? No, they're too small. You need to go find more. That again, Snetterton every time. There's nothing against Snetterton. I love Snetterton.
It's my favourite circuit.
It's a brilliant circuit. I've never had a bad race there. I love the place, but it always seems to be you're expecting when you go there, you're going to be, oh, for God's sake. I wonder if the top tier of motorsport get these with the same tracks, or it's just us club racers that get.
Let's find out. So for the finale of this episode, we are going to, I think we need to do our dream club racing this weekend from series that have raced this year. Not just generically, just what we've seen this year. What's caught our eye and what you would put on a race weekend.
On a race weekend. And I think we should add in what would you like that you don't usually get? What's missing that you'd like? So
something extra.
A little something.
Little something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shoot.
Oh, I'm going first.
Oh, you're going first.
Okay. How many race series are we allowed?
On
4. That weekend. 4?
Yeah, 4.
We don't get 4 on a traditional race weekend.
It depends how many races you get.
Yeah, true. Can we go with 5? 5's an even number.
5 is an even number, including the qualifying. Yeah, let's
Including
go for it.
qualifying. Okay, we'll go with 5. Completely selfish modified Fords.
Biased opinions.
And C1s.
Race length on C1s though. If you're having 5, you can't have a.
However, it would go into the night.
Now I like this.
It would go into the night.
I like this. So then. Okay, no, we'll come to the circuit in a second. Maybe we do the circuit first.
Circuit first.
Yeah, what circuit would you choose into the night?
Do you know what? I'm going to go left field here because I raced there for the first time ever this year, Mondello Park.
Okay.
Mondello Park.
Yep.
Old school, bumpy. I'm going to pick 7 because I'm going to pick mod Fords and I'm going to pick C1s. So there's going to be 5 more that I want to add. Sorry, but sue me. So mod Fords and C1s, that's a given.
Yep.
The C1 race will go into the night on the Saturday.
Okay, yeah.
Mod Fords will...
yeah, okay. So C1 weekend, yeah. Weekend,
mod Fords would have a grid walk on the Sunday.
Yep.
I would have, alongside it, my top 5 Bernese V8s.
Ooh, good shout on that one.
Very good shout.
Good shout on that one.
Some crazy cars in that series. Absolutely crazy cars in that series. Kind of a toss-up between Mazda MX-5s and Civic Cup.
Which MX-5 series though? Super Cup?
Yeah, Mark 3s.
Fair enough.
Mark 3s, definitely. We're going to come to Ali Bray in another episode doing the Grand Slam and the Mark 1 Mazdas because that was just phenomenal. I think we're going to have to do that when Mr. Woodwis is here. Yeah, Mark 3 Mazdas. How many have got left?
3.
3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So
3. What else would I have? Well, Mini Miglias.
Oh, given.
Absolute given. Formula Ford.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Given. Yeah, we're kind of going over an old territory from a previous episode.
Yep.
Yeah, Formula Ford. And something to mix it up a little bit. Maybe. Don't know. Probably some classic Thunder Saloons. I do like that.
Yeah, you can't really go wrong with that.
Yeah.
I have a left field one.
Go on. Okay, so let's have yours now.
Okay.
Circuit.
Ooh, see, as much as I've never raced there, I'd love to go Knockhill.
Okay.
But I don't think you get away with racing what I want to race this. So, which is the ones I've most enjoyed? I like going to. I tell you what, Anglesey.
Yeah.
I had a brilliant time.
Anglesey gets so much shit, and I don't know why.
The best racing weekend I had in 2025 was Anglesey. Mega.
Without doubt.
When it's raining, it's horrible. I don't want to go. But when it was like it was this year for Porsches, it was unreal. The weekend was brilliant. So Anglesey, because the track's epic.
Yep.
In the sunshine. I would have on C1s into the night because I think that's a brilliant idea. And I've done C1s there at night.
Yep.
But you can shove the little stupid log with a hairpin and straight up.
You want to go down the
corkscrew all day long.
Corkscrew all day long.
That's a
okay.
proper corkscrew all day long.
Ballsy corner.
Yeah, man, that's wicked. So C1s, 100%.
Yep.
I would have on. I'd probably put the boxes on.
Selfishly.
Completely selfishly.
Yep.
But then I'd still have the Class 2s. I'm not really that fussed on the Class 1s, but they're the same race, so they're good though. So I have the Porsche series on there because I like watching them. Mini Miglias, given.
100%. Any club meeting, just.
Yeah. I think, like you, Formula Fords there would be brilliant. And actually, I have seen Formula Fords, the classic Formula Fords there.
Oh, the super classic ones.
Super classic ones that we did when we did the C1 event there. We did the 6 hour into the night. And the Formula Fords, they were brilliant.
Yes, they were. Yeah.
They were absolutely fantastic. So I've got C1s, 2 lots of Porsches, Formula Fords, Mini Miglias. So there's 5.
Okay.
So I've got 2 left.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind having. Oh no, do I? I'm going to go for my left field one.
Go on.
The supercars.
Supercars.
We've seen them at Anglesey before.
Yeah. Seen them at Donington before.
And they are insane.
Absolutely unreal.
brilliant.
Okay.
Absolutely brilliant.
I'll let you have that.
So that's my left field.
That's your left field.
That's my left field.
Okay, how many you got left?
Just the one.
Right, what are we going for, Mr. Evans?
Ooh, I wouldn't mind seeing. I think the Ginetta Juniors would be there. Would be good.
Okay.
Because it's fast and technical kids.
Yep. Fast and technical kids.
Just that would be brilliant. I think that would be entertaining.
Good shout.
Very, very entertaining, to be honest with you. And I also would like a grid walk. But Louise Goodman's got to do the grid walk.
Very
and
good.
It must be streamed.
Must be streamed.
Must be streamed.
I'm going to...
And you allow the public on. Because the one we did at Alton Park with Porsche Club with the public was absolutely brilliant.
Going to modify one of my answers.
Ooh. No.
C1s.
Yeah, go on.
But mixed with KAs and 116s for that race.
Oh.
Multi-class endurance racing. ROR-esque.
Okay.
At Mondello. Into the night.
I'm glad you didn't say 2CVs.
No.
I don't think they'd have the power to get up the hill.
Wow. 2CVs started at Mondello, man. They got a poster in the cafe at Mondello when they had the 2CV. Alan Gow raced a 2CV there. Did you know?
There's all things we're not proud of.
Oh, dude. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Well, on that note.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you very much, Scott. And that's been, episode 2, part 1 and 2, or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. We've had a couple of good episodes here. Next time we'll be joined by Mr. Scott Woodwiss, hopefully, as we speak about British GT. We've got some more episodes coming up, like we've said previously. We've got so much planned, haven't we?
Oh, we've
very much going to be a staple at Sandown Motorsports.
Yeah.
And don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to sort of tune in, like our Facebook page, like our Instagram.
Yeah.
Like Sandown Motorsport.
Please.
Yeah.
It helps.
All right. Should we go and live in the real world for a bit?
Do we have to?
Yeah, sorry.
But they like Christmas and it's November at the moment.
Oh, mate, it's unreal. Anyway, bye, everyone.
See you later.
That's a wrap.